There it is, and it's go live. Now you're
Hello,
going.
hello, we're live. How is everyone? Happy, what is it? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday evening.
It's happy.
Just a reminder, if you're an old pro at watching Facebook Lives, we would love it if you would like our page or love our page. Follow us. We have 711 followers now. So we're creeping up there, trying to get at least to 1,000. We don't have a date for that yet, but soon, fast. And if you are so inclined, please sprinkle our video out. And we would certainly appreciate that. Hop on and say hello when you're here so we know you're watching. And I'm trying to pull this. That's what I'm wearing. Appreciate that.
You know what you're wearing?
I know what I'm wearing. That's how I know which video to push. So, hey, Ken. Hey, Fran. Hey, Liana. Welcome. Welcome, everybody.
Hopefully the weather will be our friend tonight.
Yes. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting snow. I don't think it's completely cold enough. Or is it cold enough and there's no rain yet?
Right now.
So, but we'll probably have some snow. We've got quite a bit predicted in the next couple of days. Hi, Cheryl. Hey, Patty.
Missed yesterday, Cheryl.
Yes, I did see you popped on for the replay, but we did go an hour early, so I kind of threw everybody off. So, but we had a very productive meeting that we got to on time.
Yeah, it actually went pretty quick.
Yeah, I did. So we were just zipping through. Okay, well, good. All the plumbing is working again.
Hey.
Knock on wood. Power's on, plumbing's working, pipes are not frozen, whatever else is going on. So, we got 2 projects tonight with the same transfer, so let's get to getting. And did you know you won a prize today? What did you win a prize for? I think I missed it. Was it? Do tell. Oh, did you know I won a prize today? I won a prize today. Or did you? I don't know. Anyway, me, yes. Yes, I did. Remember? Mr. Eyes rolling in the back of his head because I got challenged to do 30 days of lives in November. Well, I did it and I entered, my little team had a incentive and I was one of the winners. So
it's like a whole $1.25.
$50 Amazon gift card.
Whole
right here.
$1.25 a day.
And you know what he'll do? He'll go on Amazon and he'll order his shoelaces or his guitar strings and he will just automatically use my gift card
That's how
total.
It should be, right, Ken?
And I'll never get to enjoy it. Anyway, but yes, so thank you for...
You will get to enjoy me playing my guitar or not tripping over my shoes.
Yes, that's true. So thank you for watching, for putting up with 30 days of lives in November. And now we're working on 31 days of lives in January. But that's a whole different contest. Anyway, we made this a couple days ago. New Year's Eve, in fact. One day, day one, you decide. And we did this on the board and base. And Couture just came out with a Try Me kit, which is it's not like Club where it's a subscription. It's a one-time purchase. It's discounted and it comes with, well, let me tell you what it comes with. It comes with the board and base, like you see here, only it doesn't already have something on it. It comes with the board and base. It comes with this adorable transfer. It's an old-fashioned typewriter, and this is one of those. Hi, Fran. Hi, Alana. This is one of those, do kids today know what a typewriter is? Is it just foreign enough? Or is it because they work with keyboards, maybe they get it? Or are they just 2 thumbs? Anyway, so it's this old-fashioned manual typewriter, and on the page it says, P.S. I love you, and a heart. So cute little cute little transfer, fits right on there. And it comes with 2 paste packets. It comes with Couture Coral and Shimmer Silver. And it comes with a mini squeegee. So everything you need for a project. It's it's $23 and some change plus tax and shipping. So that's available right now. And so I thought I would show you what that project looks like should you decide to buy that kit. What did I say? What did I say in the comments? Okay, typewriter. If you're interested in the link to the kit, type in the word typewriter in the comments and it'll send you a link. Or if you don't even want, just type in the comments, hey, I want the kit, and I will check that out for you. So I thought we would do that one way, and then I was going to show you, because these are reusable several times.
Yeah.
Yes, Fran is here.
Liana says mine only because
Oh,
anytime they see an Underwood, her maiden name is
Underwood. Okay.
You know what?
There you go.
All
We
my
used to
high
have an
school-
Underwood.
My high school students knew what they were.
I grew up watching my mom type on a Smith Corona. Anyway, so because these are reusable, I was going to show you another project you could do with the same transfer on a different surface. So, several projects out of the price of one kit. Okay, so let's get started on using our board and base. I'm not going to take this off. I'm just going to turn it over. And I think I'm going to put it down on a mat just so I don't scrape it or scratch it or anything. Okay, and our transfer, P.S. I love you. I can find where to open it up. Okay, this is just adorable. I love this. Dogs okay?
Yeah.
They're out there borking at something. Okay, so this is the first time I've used it. Let me get out my fuzzing cloth. First time I've used it. I don't need to wax this because this surface it's not going to peel anything up, but I am going to fuzz this so that it doesn't stick super, super, super tightly to my surface. And you can kind of tell when you pull it off, if you really have to tug, that means it's really sticky. And if it kind of just glides off, then it's not, you kind of want to get it to that gliding off point. So I'm going to, again, I'm not going to center it because part of this board is going to sit down in this slot. So there's it needs like an extra 1/2 inch margin on the bottom. So I'm going to line it up at the top. And adhesive. So I'm going to push it down and I'm going to use my hand and make sure I'm not feeling any bubbles under there because I don't want my paste to bleed out. Okay, and I can see there's something. Probably wouldn't interfere, but I'm going to remove that anyway. Okay. So, priming kits are perfect if you're just getting your feet wet with chalk products. You want to give it a try. You're not ready to sign up for the monthly, month after month club. But you want something, more than a little teeny tiny project. You want something more substantial, something you could put up in your house. These are perfect because it comes with everything you need. Okay, so I've got that down. Now I'm going to save my paste packets for another project, but I'm going to use those same colors in my jars. Okay. If I was using these, let me tell you what I'd do. I would kind of knead it a little bit, make sure it's kind of mixed up, and then I would just snip a little corner off. And then I could use some sort of little tray or even just a little square of wax paper, and I'd squeeze out just a bit of the paste because you won't need this entire packet of paste for this project. You'll be able to do several projects with this amount of paste. So don't don't squeeze it all out. If you do, then you need to put it in some sort of a little airtight container to save the extra. But if you don't squeeze it all out, you can just kind of push it back down, flip that over, clip it, paper clip it, binder clip it, and then it's ready to use another day. But like I said, I'm going to use my jars. This is Chalkology paste, chalk in paste form. And I'm going to do the PS I Love You in the silver. These are the colors that come with it. So I'm just using the product as if I purchased the kit. Now this is shimmer silver. Because mine's in a jar and it's got the shimmer flakes, I'm just going to kind of give it a quick stir to make sure all of that shimmer is distributed evenly. And I'm going to take my squeegee, put just a little bit on, and I'm going to just go over the heart and the words I love you. I'm going to save that. Am I going to use that on the next one? I don't think I'm going to use that on the next one. So clean that up. And now I'm going to go to my Couture Coral, which is it's a pretty pink, but it's got kind of a orangish tone to it. Get another stir stick. I haven't used this in a while, so, and do you see how thick that is? That is too thick to be using. So I'm going to show you how to treat that. Like I said, I haven't used this in quite a while, and that's just really too thick. So before I deal with that, I'm going to peel this up because I don't want it to dry in my screen. And there I have P.S. I Love You. And I'm going to just give it a quick dry. And I'm going to lay this back down, and I'm not going to push where I just chalked, only where I still need to.
Ken says microwave it.
Microwave. Yeah, I could do that. And it could be a little cold too. Okay. This is really thick, so I'm not going to use this. This thing is a little too flexible. I'm going to get my multi-tool. And it's kind of got that little curve. That is so it can go straight in the curves of that jar.
Show it again. That was up on the top.
That's right. It's got a curve, and that actually goes straight in, helps you clean out the inside of that lip of the jar. Okay, so I'm going to take distilled water, very important, and I'm just going to spray some water into my paste. Distilled water because I don't want to introduce any elements or anything that could grow bacteria, so I don't want any impurities. I don't want any not chemicals, minerals. Okay. And you can see it's starting to loosen up. And I think I'm going to add a little bit more. Like I said, I haven't used this since probably spring of last year. So this generally doesn't happen unless they sit for a while, but all is not lost. You can reconstitute it. It just dried out a bit. And I'm just stirring that water in. Till it gets to sour cream or Greek yogurt consistency. I'm using that scraper to get those edges And I think I'm still going to add just a little bit more water. That needed a lot of water.
I'm just asking because I know it's something I used to run into with inks. We used to, when we knew we'd use an ink maybe once or twice a year, we would actually use like cellophane or a plastic wrap and put it right down on the surface so it wouldn't evaporate any of the moisture or oils out of it. It might be a thing if you
Possibility. It's worth a try, I guess.
We also, the ink companies would actually send out wax paper things the size of the can, and we'd stick it right down on top of the ink, and it would keep the oils from drying out. That might be
okay, so let's see if I got enough of it thinned out, and I'm just putting all that back in. I'm going to stick that in water, and I'm going to wipe off my fingers. And I'm going to get myself a fresh squeegee and put some paste on my squeegee. And again, I'm just going to scrape that over my silk screen.
Hi, Patty.
Hey, Patty. No problem. I was late to yours, too. So we're even.
We were going to wait for you, but other people were getting impatient and getting upset with us, so we had to keep going.
I'm just doing the typewriter, the P.S. I love you, and my Couture Coral paste needed some attention, so I thinned it out using my distilled water. And this still could use a little more water, so I might have to work on this afterwards. I might try warming it too. It could be partly because it's cold. So now I'm going to scrape off the excess. Put it back in my jar. And I'm going to peel this up and hoping it's not too thick and it doesn't stick to the screen. No, it looks pretty good. Isn't that cute? Little typewriter.
Do I say it now?
Yes, you can say it.
That's so cute.
That's so cute. Okay, so that is what comes in the Try Me kit. And it took us all of, 10 minutes? Maybe even less, because I spent some of that time stirring that paste. So a quick and easy, cute little kit. Again, if you're interested, you can type the word typewriter into the comments and give that just a quick dry.
Patty says she thinks that's adorable.
Pretty.
And Cheryl says that's too cute.
And then I can use this same stand and I can tip it up, and that buffalo check ribbon looks really cute with it too. So there we go. So now I've got two-sided. I could trade it out. Anyway, so that is the Try Me kit. Now I'm going to use, I think I'm going to give that just a tad more water. And close it up. Okay. Now I'm going to use the same transfer. I'm going to clean this one, and I'm going to use it on a different surface and do something a little bit different with it. So you have a little, same transfer, but I can change it up and get more value for the money I paid for the kit. So I'm going to start with a paper towel, just sprayed water. It happened to be distilled water, but for cleaning your transfers, it doesn't have to be distilled. That's just what I keep in my spray bottle. And I start with a paper towel to get that initial layer of excess paste off, because it saves wear and tear on my board eraser, which I'm going to get out next. So this is a board eraser. It's a lot like a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. This one's getting a little worn. It's kind of compressing a little bit, but it still works. There are no chemicals in this. That's important. You don't want to use chemicals on your transfer. So I have a little bucket of water over there. I just got this wet, wrung it out, ringed it out. And I'm just using this to wipe off that extra paste. My goal is to get all of the paste out of the screen. So turn it over. And this is also removing some of that fuzz. Well, hopefully all of that fuzz that I put on earlier. Because I want to bring that sticky back. Not the sexy back, but bring the sticky back.
I'll laugh.
Does anybody get that? Anybody get that reference?
I'll laugh for you, hon.
Okay.
I
Justin
support you.
Timberlake? Okay, so I'm going to, because I'm going to use this again, I'm going to use a paper towel real quick and dry it off. And I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, so let air dry for a second. Okay, so I'm going to use this again. This time, though, I'm going to use another surface. This is our palette sign. It's a 5x7 palette, and it's just like a little palette board. It's got like 3 strips of wood. It's got the, I don't know, braces on the back. Okay, but it's just a cute little palette sign. And I'm going to use this surface and put this on, only I'm going to make it a little 3-dimensional. I saw another designer do this. A couple designers do this. So I'm gonna copy. And remember how we did this yesterday and we put these little magnets on to give it a little dimension. What I'm going to do is going to give it a little dimension also. I'm going to actually use some, this is mixed media paper, but if you have this or watercolor paper, we are going to actually chalk part of it on paper and attach it to the board. The paper of the paper coming out of the typewriter is going to actually be paper. So, cool, cool, cool. What did I say? I meant distilled water. What did I say?
That was too long ago. I don't remember.
I missed it. I might have to redo mine in these colors. Well, no, you don't have to, Patty. If you do it for your house, do it in your colors. I'm just doing it because I want you to see what it would look like if you just used the kit. And now I'm going to show you how you can kind of branch out. Now, this is a wood surface.
What happened? Little Lou says, "What happened?
What happened? I don't know. What happened?"
Are we all sort of lost? I mean, it's
I
like
missed
when
it.
my parents were alive and my grandparents came, and one would just in the middle of the night say, "What?" And the other would say, "Huh? Did you say something? Huh? I didn't hear you. What did you say? Huh?"
His parents were hilarious without
That's
meaning
what's
to be
happening
so.
going on here.
Yeah, what?
Huh?
Huh? What? Okay, so this is wood. It does have wood grains. It is painted. It comes painted white. And I'm going to distress it a little bit. So I'm going to use a sanding block and I'm going to sand the surface and I'm going to sand the edges and just kind of, well, sand the surface just to make sure I'm pasting on something really smooth. But the edges, I'm actually going to try to knock off some of that paint.
Now wait a minute. Where did you get that block?
I got the block from the Dollar Tree.
And did you
But
paint
they
it?
also sell them at hardware stores, or I'm sure you could find them at Walgreens, anywhere that has a little hardware section. Okay, or you could just use sandpaper. I'm just knocking off the edges and the corners. To make it look a little distressed. I don't know. That word has multiple meanings. Distressed isn't always a good thing. It's kind of like SOS, help, help, help. Okay, so I'm going to use this slightly wet paper towel to get rid of some of that paint dust. Right here. Now I'm going to do something. I don't know if I've ever used this before on a live. I'm going to use a different kind of wax. This is called dark wax, chalk teak, and it's called dark paste wax. So it's a lot like it's a paste wax, only it is a dark brown. So I'm going to wax it with this, and it will kind of turn this an antique-y brown color. So I'm going to just do this. I got this on Amazon. I want to say I have a product link for this on the web page. Okay, so I don't need very much. And I'm just going to rub that over this surface and kind of smooth it out. And it kind of gives it an antique look. And it waxes it at the same time. Now this has an odor, but it's more of a heavy citrusy smell, not the awful stuff that the Johnson's paste wax comes with.
Stop down talking my Johnson's paste wax.
Well, whatever. Okay, so it's kind of making that look a little antiqued and waxing it at the same time. So do you see that difference? Kind of focusing on the edges. And I used very, very little wax.
Sort of an antique look to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's not the bright white. This is the original, and then this is the waxed surface. Now I don't want it too waxy, so I'm going to make sure I buff that off. Okay, good to go. And I'm going to take my transfer and I'm going to fuzz it. It's got a little bit of stick still there. And I'm going to put this down, but I'm not going to chalk the entire thing. I'm not going to chalk where the paper is. And I'm going to push down really hard on this because it's wood and it's waxed and it's an uneven surface. So I'm going to push down really well. And now I'm going to use some of our placement tape. This is kind of like, it's like even more gentle than painter's tape. It's more like kind of like washi tape. And I'm going to just place some of this over it so that I don't accidentally chalk where I don't want to. So I'm going to stop myself there. And I don't want that bar either. So I'm going to actually cut this. So this is handy stuff, but I could use painter's tape if I didn't have this. And I'm going to trim that edge off just a smidge. There we go. Nope, not quite. A little bit more. So I'm just blocking off that part that I don't want to put paste over.
Looks like our video froze again.
Okay, so does that make sense what I'm doing? Are you getting, Michelle McKinney?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Hey Michelle. Hey AJ.
Is AJ watching
I
tonight?
know. If he is, I'm saying hello. Okay, so I've pushed that down. I'm only going to chalk the typewriter part. I'm going to do the paper separately. And I'm going to use black. So again, Chalkology paste, chalk in paste form. And this is a really good consistency already. I don't need to do anything to it. So I'm going to just drag that paste over the screen.
Huh.
And I'm gonna
My video completely froze up and everybody else has continued.
Huh.
Strange.
So,
I was
something's
hearing your
So something's wrong with you.
your voice in, but my video stopped completely. Well, there you go.
There you go.
Deanna says makes perfect sense. And
Okay,
Lana says,
good.
yes, it makes sense.
Okay.
Everything stopped for me. I wonder what happened there. Alrighty then.
Time for a new phone.
No, it's not the time for a new phone.
Well, it is.
Goodness.
Actually-
Does everybody think I need to get a new phone?
Well, the one you ordered thinks you need a new phone. Okay, so I see a little bump right there, so I'm probably going to have some bleeding right there. I didn't catch it when I was putting that down, so we'll cross our fingers and hope it's not too bad. So I'm done with that, so I'm going to peel this off. It's kind of icky right there, but that's okay. I can go back and I can touch it up with some paint.
It's a blooper.
It's a blooper. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for a second, and I'm going to clean this. And I'm going to take off my placement tape. So just like I cleaned it before, I'm going to start with a paper towel. And the black has a lot of pigment, so it's going to stain this transfer, but that's okay. As long as I can get it out of the screen, the rest is just aesthetics. Okay, so I've got my board eraser now, and I'm going to clean off the rest of it that will come off that isn't staining. Turn it over. Clean that off. Rinse this. So that's good and clean. Okay. And like I said, we're going to use it again, so I'm going to give it a quick dry with a paper towel. And we're going to let that set for a moment. I'm going to close that up temporarily. And I'm going to get out my watercolor paper. Now I want this paper to look kind of aged, antique-y. So I'm going to watercolor with some of our paste. And when I watercolor, I want it really, really thinned down. So I'm going to get a stir stick and stir this up. Because again, this color has set for a while. But it's not nearly as thick. It just needs a quick stir. And I just need a dab. Ooh, that's even too much. I just need a tiny bit of this color. And I'm going to use my distilled water again for this, because if I don't use it all, I can stick it back in my container. So I'm going to give that a lot of water. And I'm going to get out from my artist tool set my little brush, and I don't have paintbrush water, so I'm going to use that. I'm just stirring this up, very, very watery. I want it very, very opaque. And in fact, to start with, I'm going to actually learn this trick in
What did you
teacher
just do?
school. I'm taking a paintbrush and I'm just wetting down my paper.
Just the straight water.
Just straight water. I'm just wetting down my paper. That will help the watercolor to kind of slide on. And I've got my color. And I don't want it dark at all. I'm only going to worry about a piece just that size of the paper there. So I don't need to do this whole thing. So this is putting just a little bit of color.
So I'm wondering, will the amount of water you're putting in that, will that affect your print?
Well, I'm going to dry it.
So you need to dry it between.
To dry it, yeah. Okay, so I think that is big enough. Let's see. I'll go a little bit further out. So this is, hopefully this is going to look like yellowed paper, aged paper. What do you think? Can you, I
Yeah,
think
it's
that,
picking up.
yeah, it's a little more colorful than I think the camera is picking up. And I'm going to dry it. I'm going to dry it and see if it dries just a tad darker. I think it looks good. Like I said, it is actually a little darker than what I'm seeing on my TV screen. You might be thinking it needs more, but I think it's good.
When you put it in contrast next to the white background.
Okay. So I've got that, and I can dump this back in. And you saw I just used a teeny tiny little bit. And I added quite a bit of water in there. So before I use this again, I'm really going to want to stir that up. But I think over a day or two, it'll absorb on its own. Okay, so there's my paper. Now I'm going to get out my clear wax. And I'm going to clear wax it. Just because it's still paper and that is still sticky, I don't want it to adhere. I need a barrier between the paper and the sticky. I just put a thin amount of wax. And I'm buffing it out. And this is the wax I sell in my shop, the surface wax. I believe it is still out of stock. There's something underneath there. So if you're wanting surface wax, let me know and I will notify you as soon as it comes back in stock. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to fuzz this again. And I'm going to lay it down on that painted part. Now I'm not going to use the tape because if I go over where I don't want it, it's okay because I'm going to cut it away anyway. So I'm going to cut out just that paper part. So I'm pushing that down, and I'm going to do the heart in, do I want to do it in peony or in Couture Coral? Let's do it in Couture Coral. And I'm going to get out one of my skinny ones. So I'm just going to do the heart in this. I'm going to do the rest in black. Come on, get some on there.
Oh, Leanne said peony.
Peony? Okay, well, next time. It's a pink. It's cute.
Came through a little late.
Okay, so I'm going to peel this up because again, that is.
Cheryl says the surface wax is in stock. She
Is
can
it?
check.
Awesome. So it must have just come back in stock. Because I think over the weekend it was out. So good, good, good. Okay, so that, I'm going to put this back down. Not push down where I just chalked there. And turn on my glue gun. And then back with the black, I'm going to go around the paper. And like I said, it's not going to matter if I go, I'm not using the placement tape because if I go out of the lines, I'm cutting those away anyway. Okay. On that. And then check my fingers. Peel it up. Pretty, pretty. I like it. I like it. So I'm not going to wash that again because you've already seen me do it, but I'm just going to spray it so the paste doesn't dry. And I am going to dry this really well. I think it's going to look cute. Hi, Linda. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so tomorrow I believe we'll be doing a live in the morning, but I think I'm going to do it in the VIP group. And it may or may not be a craft. Let's see. But I think I'm going to do it in the VIP group. So if you are not a VIP group member, please make sure you click on that pinned comment where it says to join the VIP group. The VIP group is absolutely free. It's just the Facebook group where I can advertise sales. My company does not allow me to mention anything other than retail prices on my public Facebook page, which this is public. Anyone can watch. They want to keep everything fair among the different designers who offer different types of discounts. So they don't want people comparing, but we're allowed to do that on our private page. And that's what my VIP group is. It's my private Facebook page for this group. So it's free. And so if you're not a member, just click on that and ask to join. And the only thing is if you are currently a designer, we ask that you don't join another designer's VIP group. I don't know that that's the case. And let's see. Anyway, we'll get you approved and then you can get the notification when we go live there if we do that tomorrow morning. Okay, so I've got this. Now I'm going to cut out along that line. try to be very careful.
So are you leaving the paper around it, or are you
No,
keeping the black
no,
line?
not really. I'm pretty much going right up to the black line. I'm trying not to cut any of the black line away. But I'm really not leaving, and I'm going to go straight down.
Carol said that she needed to leave your VIP group.
No, because you're my designer and you're not causing any problems. I can let you stay.
Wait, you're saying Cheryl's not causing problems?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not in VIP.
We'll have to ask Ken about
No.
that.
No. Yeah. It's because we are, I mean, you're my downline. We're kind of on the same team, so it's not a big deal. But the problem can come when designers from different teams join each other's and compare notes, and it can get icky. So it's just to prevent any of that, because I'm sure Chalk Couture does not want to have to try to step in and deal with that kind of stuff. Okay, so let me see. This is dry. This is a quick dry. I'm actually going to see if I can clean up some of that. Okay, because I waxed, I might be able to use my detail tool. I might be able to scrape away some of that. Ooh, do you see that? It's not scraping away absolutely everything, but it's scraping away some of that paint that bled.
Definition around it.
Yep. And then I can always come back in with some white and cover it over with some of the dark wax again. And then, so that's what this purpose is for, is to clean up any little bleeds. And the reason I can do that on this wood surface is because I waxed it. So it kind of gave it a smooth surface that I can kind of scrape off of. Okay, so I need to see how long I need to make that. Does that go to? I need to see the transfer. Oh, you know what? I can look at it here. Okay, so that is right in the middle. So I'm going to cut this right about there. Now, before I do that, I'm going to kind of roll it, bend it. I'm looking for, because I want it to kind of look like it's rolling over. Get a little bit of definition. See what I'm doing there? Kind of just giving it a smooth bend. And then I'm going to, okay, so with my hot glue, I'm going to put just a little bit. I don't want a lot. Right there. Nope, it's not quite sticking. Let me try it again. I don't know that my glue is, maybe I don't have enough. It's not that the glue's not hot enough. Push that down right there. Oh yeah, that glue is hot enough.
Leanna says she had seen someone else posted a picture of it, but didn't know how it was done. So glad you're showing the process.
Yeah, like I said, this is not my original idea. but I've seen others do the watercolor, and I also saw somebody do the 3-dimensional. Now it's kind of sticking out, but it's not attached at the top. So I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that kind of roll. That's too big. That's too big. Looking for something to shove under there.
Paintbrush.
It's too big. Maybe a paintbrush. Paintbrush, just like he said. Maybe this one. Okay.
Lana says she really loves
Okay, so I'm just sticking this under there so I can make sure I don't do it too flat. And I'm going to just put a tiny little bit of glue just to kind of tack it in place. Peel that off, and now I've got a 3-dimensional little typewriter. What do you think? You can't really see it face on, but you can kind of see it from an angle. Like the paper is coming out and it says, P.S. I love you. Okay. And maybe I should have done it a slightly bit darker, but like I said, it's a little more contrast in person than on TV, on the screen. So there you have it. So using one transfer and a different surface. Now I didn't have to use a Chalk Couture surface. I could have used another piece of this. I could have used another piece of this foam board and put this on there, or something from the Dollar Tree. I could have used another surface and gotten multiple uses out of this transfer. So again, here's our 2. This is the supplies that come with the kit that is for sale at a bit of a discount from retail price. And again, if you type typewriter in the comments, that will send you the link to that. So this is what you can produce from the kit itself. And then you can use the transfer again. You can use, you could use the same colors if you wanted to, but if you happen to have black, you could use the pink for this and do something else. And this is really, these are really nice because they kind of stand up by themselves with that base. They can be used sideways. They can be used up and down. You can actually use them on the back. You could kind of put some handles on it and you could make a little mini tray. Anyway, some ideas for extending your use of your transfers. So, any comments? What do you think? Do you like it? Do you like it too much? I like the black typewriter the best. I think I do too. I think I do too. It does remind me of my mom because she moved to California from Indiana, where she had grown up her whole life, and she raised her family out here away from family. And I cannot remember a week that went by that she wasn't at our kitchen table with her manual Smith Corona typing a letter back home to her parents and her sisters and brothers in Indiana. So that brings back some sweet memories to me. Those manual typewriters. So that's it for tonight. One other thing that's new, I am starting up an email list. Remember a month or two ago now when Facebook went down for a day and everybody was panicked. How am I going to get all of my followers? How am I going to get in contact with them, or control? I don't know. Depends on your purpose. But how am I going to get into contact with them? We didn't know if Facebook was ever coming back. And so we're starting to gather up email addresses, and it needs to be voluntary. I can't just find your email and put it on my list and automatically send you things. There's laws that I have to follow. So if you would like to be on my email list, you can type the word email in the comments and my bot will send you the link to sign up for that. And if you've already commented typewriter, go ahead and type email and I will have to send it to you manually because my bot will only do one thing per person. Lazy bot is what I have. Okay, so again, if you'd like to be on my email list, type email and get yourself signed up and we'll work on putting out some newsletters and keeping you informed. And because sometimes Facebook doesn't send you information. It doesn't, you never see what goes on. So this is my way of being able to control the information that I'm able to put out to you. Okay, so that's it for tonight. And I hope you like these projects. I hope maybe you can see them in your home or give them as gifts. That would be cute little hostess gifts or for a secret sister or something like that. Cute, cute, cute. Anyway, I think that's it.
For your 15 minutes today.
What did I do for my 15 minutes? I still have to do it.
You're debating.
No, I need to clean off my round table with all my not chalk supplies, my Dollar Tree haul. I need to clean it off the table and put it away and organize it. And that should only take me 15 minutes. And I'm going to go do that right after this. So anyway, what did you do for your 15 minutes? Played on the computer?
No, ma'am. I cut down all the kindling. Remember?
That was yesterday, wasn't it?
No, that was the wood. I went out and chopped wood then.
Now you did
This is
kindling.
Cut down all the kindling so we have it for the week.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you. My cold tootsies appreciate that.
Yes, they do.
Okay, so thank you so much, everybody, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. If you can't catch us live because we go in the morning, feel free to watch the replay. If you're watching this replay, it doesn't say live up in the corner. Please type in #replay so we know you were there, and we'll give you credit for what I don't know what, but okay. Thanks a lot. Good night.